that time once again. MCXPRadio in studio, live, raw, and uncut, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. It is your boy, your host, A. Reed, aka the musicologist, sitting here chilling with my man T Money, T Jones. What's good, baby?
Man, let me tell you something. Today been such a day of serious shows, and there's no disrespect. I am so glad to talk some sports, man.
Always good to talk.
It's been heavy hearts and realness. Now we get to talk some ball.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Much love to the station DFWI Radio. You are tuned in, of course. You understand we representing. In the absence of my man Big Game James, of course, and the lovely Jill, she could not make it. So me and T Money, we're gonna run it like we used to do
done
it,
so
man.
many
like
times.
So many times.
And I might have another guest on the way. So you may know, you may not, but he talks sports. His team is the Ravens, and he's rolling with me to my event. So I said, you know what? If you come early, my man ain't gonna mind you coming on. He's a Ravens fan. You know what I'm saying? So I said, you my partner, so we ain't gonna hurt to have one more guest on the show.
We might.
But until then, we just gonna hold it in.
We might have a special guest. So that's nice, man. First and foremost, while we get into this subject, man, while we get into the show, I have to give a big shout out to Most Steph, a big shout out to TCU for representing not only the state of Texas but the city of Fort Worth.
For sure.
Most Steph, you know what I'm saying?
Regardless of how it ended up, like I told my guy that I went to school with in high school that went to TCU, I said, hey, the rest of the college world would have loved to have been in your shoes.
Real talk. Because
what y'all did was, one, unforeseen, and two, highly impressive.
Real talk. I mean, seriously.
Hey, you got there.
Seriously. Regardless of how you feel, I mean, Georgia just, they just wasn't
They was on a mission, bro.
And if you really think about it, Georgia was like a field goal away from not even making it to that game, but.
Man, woulda, shoulda, coulda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was destiny. It was meant.
It was just meant to be.
Because when they got there, they showed you why. Yeah, and that's funny how we can kind of prejudge a week prior. Yeah. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Halfway through the season, I thought y'all was done. I'm not gonna lie to you. I said, oh man, they got the hangover too. And next thing you know, that's why I love a long season, because y'all look like I'm looking at some of these projections, just y'all in the Super Bowl. That's respect, because Kansas City and Buffalo ain't no punk, but man, y'all are definitely Buffalo's kryptonite.
Real talk.
I'm sorry, Kansas City's kryptonite. As far as we can see, but it was a tale of two halves for y'all, bro. It was amazing to see, because I remember, like I said, that you've been riding with them for all the insults and the jokes, and you can never call this man no bandwagon, and the man ain't nowhere near from Cincinnati. So to watch y'all do what y'all have done this season has been incredible, bro.
Yeah.
I just got to give you those props.
Yeah, most def. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Again, you know what I'm saying, TCU. Y'all represented, man. Y'all did represent, man. I'm proud of you guys. Proud of that city, Fort Worth, that I reside. It was just amazing to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I didn't think a lot of people expected. Well, let's just be honest. They didn't expect TCU to be in that game.
Nah. When's the last time we had a Texas team in the bowl? Leinart and...
In Texas?
Leinart and Vince, right? Yeah. Wasn't it the last time?
That was at Rose Bowl game?
And it was story...
that was the championship?
The storybook ending was like, you couldn't have scripted it any better how that game went. I think that's the last time a Texas team was in the championship game.
God.
It's been a minute. I think TCU quietly did what they did. Like, they're not on the radar of because of the conference that they're in. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the SEC powerhouses and all that. They just chugged along and got it done. But to try to clown them for losing to Georgia, I mean, bro, look what Georgia's done the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It was a changing of the guard. You saw it going from Alabama to Georgia. And right now, Georgia don't they finna let up no time soon. They don't.
No disrespect, I will say by Hell, by halftime, I was kind of done because I kind of foreseen the future.
I stood my ground and told y'all. I said,
I've
learned from turning the games off, especially in college. I've seen 31-point swings,
the same thing,
but
it just felt like the pummeling was just inevitable. And much of my degree, it was.
They wasn't trying to hear it. That's just it. They just wasn't trying to hear it, you know. But shout out to Georgia, you know.
Of course, shout out to Georgia.
Y'all did your thing back to back. It's so hard to get there once. And that's why I have so much respect for Saban, because damn, look how many times he's been there. Look how many times the Warriors have been there. Dog, it's when you start expecting teams to get there, it's letting me know you've done your work.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you.
You're well respected.
Yeah. If it wasn't for a guy named Tom Brady, Kansas City would have 2 rings right now. You know what I'm saying? But it also goes to show that the competition just keeps catching you. Look how Buffalo and y'all are crept up. We're not going to just keep standing for y'all whooping our behind.
Yeah, real. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. Y'all start putting together teams to beat this team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though, man. Do you think TCU gets close to getting back to anywhere near what they did this year?
No.
Wow, really?
Well, because Max is gone.
Oh, okay.
The quarterback is gone.
Okay. Well, you know, that makes a huge difference. I don't keep up with TCU, so I couldn't tell you their quarterback was, but that does make a huge difference, though, man. Yeah, that's why sometimes, man, it hurts. The loss is not just because it's now we got pieces missing, and it's going to be different.
I think what hurts more is that they had a chance to win that Big 12 championship and they lost it against K-State. And then they get a chance to play for the national championship and they lost that.
You still got to be proud to get there, man.
Still.
But it's a, what do you call that? It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. You know what I mean? So
can't too many people say that they got there.
That's what I'm saying, though. You know, just like with the Rangers, we get clowned for never winning, but we went back to back years, and anybody in our conference would have switched places with us, if nothing for else for the experience of it. To be like, bro, I played in 2 World Series. You got Hall of Famers that have never played in a World Series. You got Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller that have never won a ring. And here you go with Steph got 4. It's crazy, bro.
Facts.
It's crazy, man. What's your man's name? Play with the Lakers. I always use it. You laugh about it. They got a ring. They came out of Gonzaga, and you always laugh about it.
Morrison.
Morrison got a ring, but Karl Malone doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, dang, really, bro? Is that how life? Is that how life really is, bro?
It just goes to show you. It goes to show you just how it can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's real talk. So again, shout out to TCU, shout out to Georgia. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to give much respect for those guys, those teams. Definitely the coaches, coaching staff on both teams. Hey, of course I wish it was a closer game. Of course I was going for TCU, but it is what it is. So we just deal with it. Good job, TCU. Yeah. Proud of you guys.
Congrats.
All right, man. So you know what it is.
It's about to be game time too, though, boy.
NFL wild card picks. You already know, man. We got 2 games that are happening today: Seattle, San Francisco, LA Chargers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Team Money. What do you believe, Seattle, San Francisco?
You know, this is why I love this game and this show so much. Because we can be right if we want to. And we don't give a damn how you feel about it. But on the way here, I had to change my thought process about that San Francisco and Seahawks game. Not too much, but I don't want to put any disrespect on what Geno has done this year. But then you have to look at it as a team sport. And that's where my own reality brought me back down and said, bro, this 49ers is number 1 in offense and defense, damn near. Like, you know, they in those top.
Okay.
And that makes a difference, bro. Their defense is stifling.
Okay.
They're up in, I mean, they're top 5 in the run defense. They're top 5 in pass defense. They're just to me, they're one of the most balanced teams in the league with a backup. This is where Purdy's going to show his mettle in the playoffs. With that being said, though, I still think the 49ers get by the Seahawks But it may be a closer game than we believe, though. That's all I'm going to say. But I do pick the 49ers to win that game.
Are you on the Brock Purdy train?
No, I'm going to tell you why. For what he's done so far, I give him kudos. I want to see what he can do in the playoffs. Ain't that how we judge you? Or is that an unfair assessment because he's a rook?
I mean,
he got you there. So now what do they say? Now what you gonna do? But I take nothing from him. He has far exceeded. He reminds me of when Dak first came to Dallas and nobody believed it. Remember that? We was like, nah, this is impossible. His poise is what stands out to me. Like he's been here before.
Yeah.
He doesn't make mistakes. He's comfortable in the I just love everything about how he can, like Burrow. Remember when I said, boy, that boy Burrow, I always love Burrow for the same exact reasons. Like I've been here before, let's go.
Yeah.
So with that, I just think that these playoffs are going to really show you something. And what better scenario for ownership to look at? Because now you still got Trey Lance. That can be a problem. Because what if Purdy gets him to the NFC Championship game? Even if he loses, what if he gets him there?
I don't know if Trey Lance is going to be the same player.
You got to start asking questions now. If he gets him at least to the it's like, whoa. I mean, look what he's done so far, though. And then add that on, and then add that on to what he's done so far. There's got to be there's questions now, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's questions now. So
are you're picking San Francisco?
I got 49ers probably by 10. Just because overall, they're the better team to me. They're just the better team, and of course I have to say this because the Cowboys are my squad. Of course I have to say this. If it ain't us, I picked the 49ers to go. You know what I'm saying? I picked them to beat the Eagles. You dig?
Wow.
I do. They're just, and I can't stand the 49ers, but I call it like I see it. That defense is vicious, bro. That defense is vicious. They're a problem for anybody right now. The only explanation would be at the quarterback, and it was that with Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? So I got the 49ers pushing. And the shocker, who would have ever thought the Chargers who would have, okay, the Chargers more than anything, but damn, Jacksonville, really?
Jacksonville was hungry.
Bro, I got Jacksonville winning this game, bro.
Ooh.
Sorry, I do, bro. You know what I see with this team? I see a persistence to get the job done, bro. Chargers have been really, really, really inconsistent this season. You see what I'm saying? They have. So, call it a shocker if you want. I got Jacksonville at home. Pulling it out, man. And I know I may not have a lot of takers on that, man, but that boy Lawrence is slinging that rock, man. We're seeing him come into his own. Right before our eyes. So I'm gonna run with Jacksonville on that.
Would you be surprised if I said Seattle and Chargers?
I would, you know what? Only on the Seattle part. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying from what I've seen so far with the 49ers, they're solid on both sides of the ball. I'm not saying that 49ers can't be beat, but damn, they don't have any glaring weaknesses. They don't commit a lot of turnovers. They don't commit a lot of silly ass penalties like my squad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just calling it like I see it. They gonna be tough, bro. We saw what happened last year. It can happen. Is Debo suited up?
I believe so.
Okay. Man,
I can understand your reason.
I can see the Chargers.
I can understand.
I can see the Chargers more than I can see the Seahawks. And it's only because of the 49ers. And that's just my respect to them and what they've done. You got a Cooper Rush, a Cooper Rush plus, god dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you want out of your backup. That's not reality, but that's what you want out of your backup. And it's discussions behind those closed doors. John Lynch is having those discussions.
Brock Purdy has pieces around him that all he has to do is just get the ball to him and let them create. You know? So you can't even knock that.
Can't.
Yeah.
Who you got? What's your official pick on the 49ers and Seahawks?
some reason I lean more to Seattle, but I can understand so much about San Francisco.
You know what it is about Seahawks that you love? It's almost like a feel-good Cinderella story. Like,
not even just that, man. It's something about what Geno is doing.
Geno just has this thing.
And it's Pete Carroll. It's Pete Carroll in the playoffs, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Seattle's one of those teams that can just find a way.
Yeah, they can.
They can find a way.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, they can find a way.
Remember when I said I got in the car, I had to kind of reel it back in?
Yeah.
I had Seattle for the upset at first. And I had to think, I said, boy, but that damn San Francisco defense is just, bro, Seattle ain't got the best line in the world.
No, they don't.
And you got Bosa and them monsters coming off that line, bro. It makes for a long day. So once I thought about that, I said, sheesh. Cause you know, defenses, they can win championships. We've seen it. So that's where I had to reevaluate and say, you know what? I'm going with the 49ers, but man, I'm going to tell you, that's why they play the game. It's going to be an interesting
game. Unexpected.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Unexpected.
Because on any given day, that's all I got to say. On any given day.
Jacksonville is playing a hell of a game right now. Mm-hmm. Offense is on point, defense is on point. Mm-hmm. Who's the coach? Is it Del Rio?
Jack Del Rio.
Yeah, Del Rio.
Former Cowboys linebacker.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, shout out to him for the Detroit Lions. Former Cowboys linebacker. Y'all doing y'all's thing, man. I wish we could have seen Detroit in the playoffs. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Cause it's something about, it's a feel good story.
I was hoping that they was gonna make it.
It's a feel good story about Goff and what he had to go through being traded from the Rams to supposedly the bottom dwellers. I love it.
And look at the turnaround
and those teams went in totally different directions. You want to see that play out. And the only problem that Detroit has is just they get that defense on par, they're going to be something else because they give everybody hell. They give everybody a tough game. So shout out to Dan Campbell for what he's done.
Definitely. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Chargers though.
Yeah.
On that Chargers-Jacksonville game.
I dig it. And I understand why. You know what I mean? But I've just been watching how they just keep digging in and never say quit. It's just between the Seahawks and the Jaguars, those are the two teams that really people would feel ain't supposed to be here. They're underdogs. And that's kind of why, you know, I'm looking at them like, hey, okay, but I had to reel it back in with the 49ers. That's crazy. So you got the Chargers. I got Jacksonville. You got Seattle. I got 49ers. You officially got the Seahawks?
Yeah, I'm going to go Seahawks.
Okay, cool. Ooh, boy. That's major. And they got the 49ers by 9.5.
I can see.
By 9.5.
I can see that though. I can see that.
Yeah.
You think Seahawks would have said just something telling me about Geno.
Yeah. And that was my one thing that I just kept seeing his face and seeing him in victory. But I just think that defense, they have other plans. And we can't sleep on 49ers offense either. So, you know, Kittle and Debo and, you know, who's a running back? Cause he nice too.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, McCaffrey's been borrowed.
That's almost a cheat code right there though, man.
Hey, you know. So I understand the San Francisco. I understand.
Right.
I know. It's just playoff basketball. It's playoff football now. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Minnesota and the New York Giants.
You know what's funny about this game, bro? Is me and you have this conversation every year about Minnesota.
Kirk Cousins.
And we always talk about if anybody can screw it up, it's Kirk Cousins. And we always talk about how good Minnesota looks on paper. And the proof is in the pudding. We 40-3 them. They had, I think, another good 2 games, and then they got dusted again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Giants are one of the weirdest teams this season, bro. They were y'all, but the opposite. The team of 2 halves, but they came up and then went down. Y'all was down and went up.
Yeah.
You do know the Giants can go into Minnesota and beat them.
Facts though.
They can go in there and beat them.
Facts though.
People don't get caught up in that home field, man.
Facts though.
They mess around and can get beat. So that game for me man, it just, you know what it is? It's a question of which team shows up for each team. You know how you can say that for one team playing each other? You got to see which Giants show up against which Vikings team's gonna show up. Ain't that crazy to say that?
This one is an honest coin flip for me.
It is. Because we've seen Jefferson lay eggs.
You want to believe in Kirk Cousins. You want to believe in his ass, but it's just like, playoff Kirk, I can't trust sometimes. And then you got the New York Giants and Daniel Jones, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
Saquon can do what he does, you know what I'm saying, as long as he gets the blocking and everything, he can get his holes open and whatnot. So I think Giants going to have to rely a lot on what Saquon can do.
Right.
But it's just a tale of if Kirk can have a good game, Minnesota.
Well, when you say good game, then that automatically includes Jefferson to me.
Yeah.
Who you don't even have to go into what he brings. Dalvin Cook, what he can do.
Yeah.
Thielen, what
Yeah.
he can do. See,
He's got to utilize.
He's got the weapons, but he can't Kirk Cousins it up. And I was about to say, damn, remember that guy from Washington? Oh yeah, that was Kirk Cousins. See that how quick he transitioned from there to there, and he shows you glimpses of brilliance. And then, you know, so that game is such a 50-50 game for me, only because you got to figure out which team shows up on each team, because the Giants can play. They beat the Eagles, bro. This is the same team that beat the Eagles, gave them the second loss. That damn game, it's just not a gimme call unless you're a Vikings fan or a Giants fan. I'm like this. Hell, I don't know, because I don't know what team gonna show up on each side of the ball. But let's say on paper, Minnesota. As far as how the season went, what they've done, Minnesota. But 40-3. And I don't remember what the other score was. They got blown out of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that happened. So, Kirk Cousins' knock is when the bright lights are on, you know the rest. So yeah. I will, damn, bro. Damn, Reed. I'm stuck,
It's
bro.
a coin flip, bro. I'm telling you. That game is going to be very interesting. That's probably going to be one of the games I'm going to be tuned into.
For sure.
Just to see.
The curiosity of it.
Yeah, just to see.
Bro, and it's funny because they're only favored by 3 points. So what does that see? We're not the only ones that think that. The odds makers got them favored by 3. Yeah. So that tells you.
Yeah.
And I just saw that.
It's pretty even.
It is.
It's pretty even.
Because you can say the Giants aren't supposed to be here, but they're here. So right now everybody's 0-0.
It tells you that they look at Minnesota as only as good as New York.
If you got them favored by only by 3, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because look at this. They got Jacksonville. They got the Chargers favored by 2. By 2. You see how?
See? Yeah.
It's telling. But they got Buffalo favored by damn near 14 over the Dolphins. See, those numbers, those odds tell you how they feel about those squads. They got y'all favored by 8.5. That's because a huge part of that is Lamar Jackson's not playing. And you even know that. But I think with the healthy Lamar Jackson, you'd still beat him. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Because Lamar Jackson, he's a phenomenal athlete, but it's a team sport. So there's no coincidence that they only got Minnesota favored by 3. I'm glad I'm not if I'm a betting man, I'm staying away from that one.
Real talk.
Sorry, I'm like, nope, not doing it.
Tampa Bay and Dallas, let's talk about it, man. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. I was listening.
You know what's crazy about that game is they got us favored by 2.5. And let's be fair. Tampa's season has been in big game with cosign. It hasn't been pretty.
It's been ugly.
And they've shown, like, when's the last time that Tom Brady's had a 200-yard game? They not stretching the field. The running game done fell off.
Yeah.
Very winnable game for us. But you always say it too. Y'all can't cowboy it up, bro. You got to do what y'all do. I always give you credit for that. You be like, T-Money. On paper, y'all got the squad to do it.
You got the squad to do it.
The stupid penalties.
Damn right.
The turnovers. If y'all eliminate half of those. Yeah. If you eliminate at least half of those, y'all stand a chance. On paper, when you look at it, on both sides of the ball, as far as how the season has gone, we're the better team. But then here's the factors. TB, NTB is trouble.
In the playoffs.
You got the refs. You got him. It's almost the Jordan rule sometimes.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to get into that mystique of it.
You know what they say though?
Not
go
even
down
on
there
that
and beat them. You remember they say when fighters go overseas,
just beat them.
Don't leave it in the fighters' hands overseas. You ain't got to worry about it. In the judges' hands, you ain't got to worry about it. We have to go to Tampa Bay and whoop them, and that's just it, bro. You have to go and beat them because Tom Brady still is Tom Brady. You dig? He's not Tom Brady from 5-6 years ago, but guess what? The man won a bowl 2 years ago.
Yes, he did.
So Dallas knows what they have in front of them, but you have to go out there and act like what it really is. It's definitely win or go home. I got us winning by roughly no more than 3 to 6 points. And that's not lack of confidence. I just know how we can do sometimes. So I got us probably winning by 6, you know, but I'm going to just leave it at that because that's my team. You always going to pick your team.
You being a Cowboys fan, T, how much faith you got in Dak? Like, honestly. How much faith you got in Dak?
You know, this may sound like an excuse, but a lot of times, and I'm starting to see a lot of people call this out, Kurt Warner and some of the veteran quarterbacks, they're looking at how the scheme isn't helping him. How the offensive scheme and some of the plays that's being ran are not really helping this quarter. You know what I'm talking about? It's a team thing to where you got your quarterback and you got the scheme out there too. And
never thought of that.
Kurt Warner said it. He said, bro, that scheme they got him in is just like, you know what I'm talking about? But Dak also, to me, what Dak's doing too, he's putting a lot of trust in Noah Brown. At this point, you know who's my number 2? If I'm Dak, T.Y. is my number 2. T.Y. is my number 2.
CD, T.Y. And then Noah.
Like that.
Yeah.
But Dak has to stop trying to, and we've seen some of these picks, I think this year 7 or 8 of them weren't his fault. Those were receiver drops we'll give him that.
Okay.
But what I see him doing
Force
is trying to fit that ball in the spaces he ain't got no business.
Force.
Stop doing that, bro. Yeah. I'm seeing it because he's seeing what they call those ghosts sometimes where it's caving in on him. And what he needs to learn how to do is throw the ball away. Stop holding the ball so damn long. He holds the ball too long and then he'll just try to force the ball in somewhere he ain't got no business. These cats, some will be double covered. So yeah, that gets 50% of it, and I think some of the scheme is 50% of it. It's a team effort of what's going on because Kellen Moore is out there drawing schoolyard plays in the sand. What do? First down up the gut. Second down, try to run again. Now we're in 3rd and long. Is that not what we do, bro? If me and you know that, you don't think that the other side, the defensive coordinator, doesn't see that?
So are you saying get rid of? Okay.
If Kellen Moore is
if let's just say that Cowboys lose,
right?
And I'm gonna be pulling for them, of course,
right?
Let's just say they lose. Do you still believe Dak is the guy to get you over that hump?
We have to see how the game plays out. There's so many variables of how you lose a game. What if Dak has a 300-yard game, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and we still lose? Is that still on Dak?
Because like the defense gave up the last
defense, man, you got their ass cooked.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Dak score 35 and we still lose?
Square biz.
You can't put that on Dak.
Square biz.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all in how you lose the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If Dak puts up 35, 36 and we still losing, well, that's not on him. But if Dak has 2 interceptions and this, that, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to start looking at that. And it's just, at this point, I feel like that the Cowboys as a whole has kind of outgrown Kellen Moore, because Kellen Moore seems to take 2 forward and 4 back. We got too many weapons, bro, for you to not be coming up with. Think if he had a Sean Payton or Sean McVay mindset of schemes. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like there's a cap on Dak and what he can really do, but I'm not letting him off the hook either, though. So we'll see how the game plays out, and then we'll go from that assessment. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen Dak have a nice run of 4 or 5 games, and then he just recently, the last 7 games, he just won a game.
Well, what did y'all finish? What was y'all's final record? Like 12-4 or something?
12-4.
12-4. Okay, so it's 12-4. So
it's 12-4. Let me see what we finished. 12-5.
So 12-5. So check it out. So if it was 12-5, then Kellen Moore's scheme must have worked some way, somehow.
Well,
for y'all to be 12-5, you can't blame Kellen Moore like that.
How many plays like Romo? And I heard this from Flozel Adams.
Y'all won
himself.
12 games.
That's true. But how many times has Romo and Dak had to go and audible out and switch things up too, though? You know what I'm saying, though? You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Flozel Adams told me Romo changed probably 85% of the plays at the line. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, though. When you don't win sometimes, what do? They change the who? Okay. The head coach. I'm just saying, though, right or wrong.
Okay.
The head coach got to go. We 12-5, back-to-back seasons, and I'm tired of hearing about if McCarthy loses, is he on the hot seat? That's retarded. The man done took us to 12.
That was my next question.
Yeah, Jason Garrett gave us 10 years of 8-8, and this man comes in and gives us two back-to-back seasons of 12. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing either Kellen switch it up, or maybe we go after another coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys fans are tired of that same old tired play calling. We already know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Those trick plays don't work. Yeah. Maximize the weapons you have on your field. And Jerry Jones, or Stephen Jones, just admit you made a mistake by cutting Amari Cooper. Just admit that. Just admit it, because now look what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You brought in T.Y., and no disrespect to T.Y., but T.Y. is no Amari.
Wasn't he trying to save some money?
Man, that was something else. Personal. I tell you out there, you know what I'm talking about. But we'll see how the game goes. And one thing about Dak is, even if Dak wins the game tomorrow, he's right back on trial again for the next round. It never stops with him. You see what I'm saying, though? It just never stops. He's never gonna not be under the microscope. Remember how Philly fans really low-key hated Jalen Hurts last year?
Yeah.
Now look at him.
They love him. Can't get off his nuts.
That's what I'm talking about. They love you and they hate you and they love you again.
Yeah.
It's called fake love. So we'll see how the game goes, and I'll make that assessment afterwards. But he's got to clean them up. Yeah, the receivers got to catch the ball too, but you know, those interceptions in the end zone where they're right back on the goddamn 20, it's killing us. Because they come away with nothing less than a field goal, if anything.
Yeah.
And it's killing us.
Yeah. I'm going to be pulling for Dallas in that game.
Real quick, though, my man John Baker.
Yeah.
He said that he heard from some reliable sources that right around halftime that a lot of the Washington players said they saw the quit in the Cowboys because they were keeping up with the scores, and they just pretty much stopped. And these was coming from the other side saying, shit, they ain't even trying no more.
Oh, wow.
Like because you needed 2 teams to lose for us to get that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And he was saying that some of the Washington players was like, they saw it. Like, you wonder why the score was? They just quit. I can't co-sign that, man. I can't co-sign that.
Because they realized they wasn't getting that number 1 seed. It was like, so what's the point?
Which is the point of just rest your starters in the first damn place. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're risking injury. But it is what it is, man. Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Wow. Buffalo, Miami. I believe we already said Buffalo.
Yeah, for sure. Is Tua starting?
No, it's their third string.
No. Yeah, definitely Buffalo.
I was talking to somebody about Tua, man. I said, I'm thinking Tua at this point might be just a liability, man. Might be becoming a liability.
You know what's crazy about Tua is...
Unfortunate side about it. And once you become a liability, that's when you start becoming the backup quarterback.
What I don't like about the thing I'm seeing with Tua is I've seen the magic he can do when he's healthy. I've seen what he can do when he's healthy.
Teddy Bridgewater. Same exact case.
And is he a liability? Is he labeled as injury prone? You know, it was what they say. It was all good a few weeks ago. That's such a real saying, and that's how sports treat you. Remember, the last few years they've been dumping on the Warriors, and now look at them now. They, you know, injuries play a part of this game, but fans want you to be superhuman. Well, man, you know what? You're getting paid 40 years, so ain't no injuries. That's not even realistic, bro. That's retardation at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Look at y'all. You know, it was some so-called Bengals fans jumping. I'm like, hold on, that's your squad though, right? I roll my squad every game, no matter what the outcome. I may criticize them, but I'm not disowned. Now y'all are back. I said, I know maybe 2 loyal Bengal fans that they ride or die because it's a long season, and that's what happens. But
all facts.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, and that's one thing I love about Big Game too. Big Game, he gonna criticize his own squad. He gonna ride or die with them. He gonna call them out when they not doing right, and he gonna, you know, praise them when they are doing right though. That's what team loyalty is about. But to sit up here and, like I said, Jalen Hurts, he ain't it. I'm going in the Eagles comments. Boy, they was disowning that dude already. And now look, he's there, and something is really going on with that dude. He's hurting, bro. He's hurting. Something going on in that shoulder.
Really?
Yeah. But John had called that a few weeks ago. He said, nah, he ain't playing the Cowboys game. He said that almost a week before the game. And then they said after this last game he won against the Giants, they said, the coach said he's really in a lot of pain because there were reports that it's more of a tear. It's something serious.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to play him anyway. Is that worth risking? You know, is that worth, you know, think about it. They know, bro. They didn't disclose it. They're sweeping. You know how they do with those injuries. They saying it's far worse than what it really was. Cause why would he miss that Cowboys game? The importance of that game when you can clinch right then and there. Why would you miss that game? Exactly. There's something much more deeper going on, brother.
Oh, I believe it, man. Goodness gracious. Buffalo should take this game over Miami, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then, of course, last but not least, Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Yeah, I got y'all.
Bengals.
I got y'all if,
of course, I'm gonna go Bengals.
If Lamar was playing, I would still go with y'all. He needs some help. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he gotta stay healthy, and he needs some help.
They just gave, Roquan Smith, just extended him for he's like the highest paid linebacker or something.
Yeah, but you still need help on the offensive side of the ball. You're up here beating teams 9 to 6. You beating teams 10 to. You're not producing on the offensive side of the ball. 80-90% of your offense is Lamar.
Facts.
I'm just keeping it buck.
I mean, seriously.
If he don't have a phenomenal game, y'all. If he don't have a phenomenal game, he has to have a phenomenal game. Just put it that way. And that's how players with his athleticism stuff. And look at Hurts. Hurts got Smith. Hurts got AJ Brown. Hurts got Sanders. Mm-hmm. Hurts got Dallas Goedert. Hurts got a squad.
Yeah.
Name Lamar's offensive weapons.
I couldn't name them off top.
That's my point. They got to get.
I couldn't name off top.
And supposedly there's rumors and whispers that he could have played, but they saying he already checking out, and a lot of that has to do with his contract and this, and they saying he's probably mentally checked out. They from rumors saying he's probably done. You know what I'm saying?
In Baltimore?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how true that is, but there was just a story about him. You know, his morale is not up. So,
wow.
I picked y'all to win that game. Only fighting chance Baltimore got maybe is on defense, but yeah, I'm thinking y'all gonna slaughter them. That's just me.
Definitely love it. MCXPRadio, y'all are listening in studio. It's in there, Jill and Nate Reed.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Game and Jill.
Big Game and Jill, man. You know we love y'all, man.
Hopefully we see y'all in 2 weeks, man, because that's when it gets real fun. Because now the results have come in, we will have been going into the NFC Championship game, and AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Yeah,
that's always fun.
Of course, reactions of the games past.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and hopefully we get to see if any of our picks, we get to see which picks that we made actually go through and win. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Right.
But again, man, that Minnesota New York Giants game, that's the one I'm be tuned in. Now I want to see that. If that one's on TV, hell, shit. But you know how it go. It's all good. T, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, I actually want to discuss this with you.
Let's go.
We are gamers, of course.
Man, very much so. And this is why I love this show, because we can switch gears.
So recently, man, you told me that you finished God of War Ragnarok.
Right.
Of course, I just finished that game, actually 100% at that game.
What mode was you on? You know I gotta mess with you.
I did it on regular.
Yeah. And the only reason why I even did Give Me No Mercy is because my son Justin always does this on the hardest. Yeah. And it's almost like I can't let you outdo me, but I never agree with playing a new game the first time on the hardest because I want to be able to enjoy the game. You know
yeah. It was still enjoyable for me, and then actually, to be honest, I actually thought it was a new game plus right after.
No. That's like April, I believe.
I didn't even know that it. I didn't even, because the first one had the new game plus after you played it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
but it's cool.
It was the same thing.
It's cool that they make us wait, because now it's going to be more of an appreciation if you kind of take a break and wait for it, or you can go ahead and finish up 100%. One thing I hope they bring to God of War is loadouts. Meaning you can load out different gear sets.
Yeah.
Like Division.
Yeah.
If they was to put that in there, it's a game changer, because there's a realm shift build that I want to try out. But the one I use, it drops a lot of health stones and rage stones and stuff like that. Like, if you do a certain move, like you do one of your runics, high luck chances. So any given chance when I'm fighting a berserker, I'll probably get 4 to 5 health stones and maybe 2 rage stones. You know what I'm saying? So my gear set is a fool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not even level 9. I'm halfway at the 8 mark.
Okay.
And right now I'm still fighting the King Berserker, and after him I got Gana. But remember, I'm gonna Give Me No Mercy. And I've gotten the King to right here, and then they pull that mess, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, buddy.
That armor starts moving a little slower.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy.
That them 13 dodges that you've done successfully. Now this one, it nips you on the heel. Bro, let me tell you something. God of War, bro. God of War make you want to throw your controller, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Just with and Reed know what I'm talking about. The aggravation of, man, them berserkers, man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Was it what you expected it to be?
It's actually better than what I expected.
Really?
It exceeded the last God of War was really good, and I loved it, but it was a transition from that last God of War when you fought Zeus.
Yeah.
So it was different, and once I got acclimated, I loved it, but I felt like there was something missing. With this God of War, see, with those 12 berserkers now, and not as many Valkyries and whatnot, and then how you get to fight Thor, and then you fight him again. You know what I'm saying? Though, they to me, they did an excellent job. The story was amazing, bro.
Amazing.
The side missions is what really keeps the game fun, because I did all my side, like once I got to, before you have to go to Sindri's house, the last one, I did all my side, I finished up everything pretty much. Then I did Sindri. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to build up, like you said though. I wanted to go to Muspelheim and really build up.
Yeah.
And, I think the most aggravating fight on there for me was the one where you fight the dude and the 2 sisters.
Yeah. I
don't know if I've been that mad at a game in recent memory.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to fight dude and they hitting you upside, and they shoot those orbs at you, bro.
And you gotta throw the axe.
You can't block it. So I tried my son's way probably 100 times, literally. And then I went and looked it up, and somebody said, bro, take the sisters out first. I was like, that's crazy. How you gonna do that with him hassling you? 2 attempts, beat him. First time, got him to half. Second time, beat him. Took the sisters out first. He was done, because he only does but so much stuff. Those sisters really, they agitate you to where you fighting, getting hit. So once I took them out, it was a wrap, bro. It was a wrap. So yeah, whoever is the creators and designer of that game, I would love to punch them in the face. just because you did a really good job and made it a challenge and you aggravated me. But still an amazing game, bro. Amazing. The different, enemies they brought on there. I'm gonna tell you one of the most agitating ones was that little thing that's green and he hides behind him and he keeps giving him energy and you have to kill him first.
Oh my God. Yeah. He keeps giving, do that trail or whatever that is.
You gotta kill him first.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. Lord, bro. I was like, Reed didn't tell me all this aggravation was on this game, bro. But yeah, I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Love the transition that they had from the first one to the second one.
I love how I love how you could go back.
He was older. Atreus was older.
How you could go back to the Lake of the Nines and it was frozen over. Like, I loved going back because it brought me back to the last one. Mm-hmm. And then I love how they inserted some color in there with Abracadabra and her grandmother, which there was some feedback, some backlash about that. They weren't happy about that, but even that boss fight was dope.
It was.
How the whole floor, and then, but the only thing that may have disappointed me was, to me, how easy Odin and Thor were. I thought it would have been a harder fight.
And I can agree with you on that. I thought
it would have been a harder fight, man. The one move that bothers me with Odin, of course, is when he turns the whole floor.
Yeah, you gotta
jump, yeah. But other than that, I really thought Odin was going to give me the blues. And I fought Berserkers.
I expected that.
I fought Berserkers harder than him.
Yeah, I expected that. So I was kind of the same way.
Sure.
Well, I'm sure you saw the part where, Tyr stabs, Brock.
Bro, when I saw that, and then it ended up being Odin, bro, and mind you, I haven't done the funeral part yet, so don't tell me nothing. I haven't done that yet. I'm wanting to beat these two, then go to the funeral.
Okay.
But, man, and you know,
first off, could you tell that was Tyr?
I thought it was, but then Justin, of course, he was like, well, he called him Loki. Tyr doesn't call him Loki, he calls him Atreus. He said then when he was speaking, the hyphen wasn't over how his name is spelled.
Yeah.
He said the hyphen was, I was like, bro, how did you notice that? He was like, so I knew, like, he said, I saw that, and when he called him Loki, he was like, something is off. He said, plus, he said Tyr, like, be in some closet or something, and he wasn't in this closet or something he was telling me. My son sniffed it out. I didn't either. I was like, damn,
that's what I'm saying.
Tripping. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I'm saying.
Whoever thought of that, how genius was that? That was so clean.
Man, it was slick.
But remember, Brock sniffed something out. Brock said, no, something ain't right about that.
Yeah.
He sniffed it out.
Yeah.
And it ended up, cost him his life though, bro. But that was genius though, bro.
Very genius.
That was genius, man. Like I said, the storyline was nice, man. And shout out to Odin's daughter, man. Thor's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Third or something like that. Yeah, man. Shout out to her, bro. But yeah, amazing game though, man. Can't wait for the new game plus, but amazing game, man. For me to have gotten as far as I got, not gonna lie, I'm watching my son fight some of these berserkers. I'm like, I'm never gonna beat these people. Like, especially on Give Me No Mercy, bro. The one thing about that game is those patterns just teach you. And once, it don't matter if you die 50, 60 times. Once you get them down, then you're good.
Then you'll get it down.
And it may take you.
And I was having struggles on regular, bro. Trust me. Boy, I was having struggles on regular.
Man, Give Me No Mercy so I can't even imagine Give Me God of War.
I would give it to those guys if I couldn't beat them, man. I'd wait till I mess around and get my stats up and everything like that, then go back. Yeah. I think after I beat the game, that's when I ended up going back.
Gotcha.
Getting all the berserkers that I didn't get, man. But yeah. What are you looking forward to for this one? For you? How do they backdoor this one, or do you think they backdoor this one?
At some point, you're gonna have to give the keys to Atreus. You're gonna have to. I don't think it happens next game. I think you get Kratos for one more, and then after that, it's going to be Atreus. He's going to be the new God of War, or the giant, because he's a giant.
Yeah.
Because how the story ended, I don't think they just transitioned Kratos off. Even if they was to do like they did Joel, which broke my heart. Oh, when they killed Joel in the halfway through.
Oh,
bro, that when I'm talking about that hurt, bro. Like any gamer had to feel
the way that he got killed.
Yeah, they butchered him, bro. And that just goes to show you how how brilliant the writing was to pick up from what he did to them, and they remembered and called him, and it just like, God dang, man, karma just, the way they did him was awful, bro. But I don't see them, I mean, you know what? Let me take that back. They may mess around and kill Kratos off in the next one, and then Atreus takes over. You never know. But at some point, Atreus has to step up to keep it going, because, but gods get stronger as they get older, though. So, you know how it goes, man. It's
facts.
I would, the selfish me doesn't want to ever let Kratos go, bro. Sorry.
Would you play an Atreus only game?
I don't know, bro. I'm being honest with you, bro.
That's tough. That's tough.
Because Atreus is like, you could tell.
Like, how did you feel about those time missions with Atreus?
They were cool because the enemies were scaled down for him to handle them.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, to beat some of the bosses that Kratos beat with Atreus, you're gonna be there till Christmas time. So it's like, they scaled him down perfectly for him, but to play a whole game with him, man, you really gotta show me something, bro. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck, man. You gotta really show me something, man. Like, I don't know. That's a damn good question, though. But I don't know about that one, bro. I'm not sure. I'm not 100 on that just yet, bro.
I thought about that after. I was like, oh, because the way that it was transitioning, of course, how he said goodbye to go on to his own little journey.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Kratos was kind of pushing towards that mark of like, like, you know.
Yeah, and look
you
how
gotta be on warrior.
And look how he sent him off, and it was like, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then him and Freya went on and did the thing. I don't know, man. It's hard to replace. We already had to deal with TC Carter getting replaced with the voice for Kratos. So I'm over that now.
But old boy is good.
He is.
Christopher Judge is good.
He is. I was not happy last game, and I got over it. And that's just me looking at how, you know, TC Carter felt about it and whatnot, because he was Kratos all those years. But it's all good.
But he said he couldn't do that mocap. He couldn't do
that. And that's what my son said. He said the mocap did him in, and I understand it. Yeah. They weren't gonna have two different people this time. It's like, we need a whole one, all in one. Shout out to my man Sleep. Look, got his what I say, Reed. Look at his hat.
Oh, yeah.
You have a seat, man. We ain't got but about 6 more minutes. Want to introduce my man Sleep.
Hey, what's going on, boss?
Now, this is one of my secret weapons. You may have heard, you may not, I don't know. When I play some of my records, he's my hook guy. Like, when I need.
You want to sing?
Yeah, he sings. That's Reed.
Okay.
So when I need, me and him have made magic multiple times over and over and over. So.
Really?
When I said, hold on, let my mans hear it. When I be saying that, I be talking about him. Even if he's not gonna sing it, I may be like, let me see if my man Reed could write it out. Whatever I need him for, that's what we do.
Okay, cool.
So the whole crew, you know, is me, Lean, and then it's him. So,
okay, cool.
But now he has been around for years, but y'all just haven't met. But, you know, he's went through life, as we all have, and now he's coming out of it, and I gave him his first record. He flipped up. Which we got to finish.
I'm Your Baby.
He asked me to flip the Whitney Houston I'm Your Baby tonight.
Oh.
Which I flipped that joint.
Ooh. He flipped that mother
real good. He knows what I can do, though. So, we still may need you for that record.
Whatever, man.
But yeah. So, yeah, we was just talking about God of War. Because we talk sports, entertainment, video games.
Okay.
And we just got through talking about God of War and how amazing it is. And they got the New Game Plus coming out in April, sometime around spring, whatever. And to me, it's game of the year, hands down. Now, the only reason that Elden Ring won game of the year, because it's not fair, because really God of War came out in November. So 2023 is God of War. There's no doubt.
I need to try it out. I ain't never played it, so I need to check it out.
The thing is, with us being gamers, we've been playing God of War since you couldn't remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? We watched the trailer.
I didn't play the whole story.
Yeah, we played all of it.
Every goddamn.
And I'm not knocking anybody that's just jumping on. It's just there's a long story to it. To play the back ones would make sense, but it's not a must. If you play the last two, you still gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Because Mimir and all of them, they tell the story, but man, it's an experience. Playing God of War is an experience.
I ain't never played a game with a long story since Legend of Dragoon. Wow. When the first PlayStation came out.
Oh yeah.
That was my game right there.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to fuck with Soul Reaver.
I heard of it, but I ain't never played.
Soul Reaver was dope. They need to remake that.
I think they should remake Legend of Dragoon too, but like take out a couple things and tweak it a little bit.
Right.
So, you know, if they can do that, then shoot, and plus the graphics will be dope right now, so shoot.
Most def, man, but you gotta, man, if you can sometimes, man, when it's just me and him, man, if he doesn't mind, have you just come on sometimes, because he has his own show, and he's one of us, Reed, like, he's fam, like, he's been in the studio, everybody was there and you wasn't there. I'm like, dog, what is that? and everybody's there and you ain't there, so I don't know what it is with y'all, but yeah, man, definitely, he's definitely part of our music family and whatnot.
Most def, man. Most def. Glad to have you on.
Y'all end up
appreciate it.
Hey,
he been telling me about you. I was like, shoot, I'm ready to see. You know what I'm saying?
Me and Reed go back,
rock with him,
bro.
We good people.
We've, man, look, pretty much what I do for you on advice is him too. Like, that's my little bro. Like, he'll call me man, T, man, you know what I'm saying? And I've watched him grow. He's the same thing. Y'all both been through the same mess, man.
Sure, sometimes I hate to admit he right. Hey, man,
damn.
Hey, cause you know what we gonna go do? Big bro, I did something stupid. What you do, man? The opposite of what you told me. And what was the result of what you told me?
You like that sometimes.
But you know what though? That's a part of bumping your head and growing up.
It's life.
Not real talk.
And I wouldn't have it any other way between y'all two and Lean and Al and Beto and just our whole squad and how we cook and we create. Man, that's a part of life. And one thing I love about his music is he has an open book diary of his life. He just writes it out. It's so dope how it comes together when he'll just write a song about it and you be like, oh, I remember. Oh, that's clean. You know what I'm saying? He'll just take it, change the names of the guilty or whatever the case, and just make art with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of it.
Dope stuff, man. Dope stuff. You know how we do it, man. Yeah. Look, man. That's how you came in. Got the Baltimore hat on.
Baltimore Ravens all day.
It's all good. It's all good. I respect.
It's crazy because I'm from Dallas, so everybody look at me like, why you rocking? Man, my uncle put it on ESPN one day, walked off, had to handle something, and I'm just watching. And I seen Baltimore. This was they second year or they first year as Baltimore, because, you know, they was, what was it, Baltimore Colts?
And then Cleveland Browns after a while.
Yeah.
And then was it Art Modell?
Yeah.
Took them from Cleveland and then made the Ravens. Man, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know,
what a franchise as far as defense goes.
Exactly. Jeez. Man.
Y'all used to be
bro, they was top 15.
Bro.
No, they was top 5 for 15 years straight.
Y'all was holding cats to baseball and soccer scores. 9-6, 7-3. 6-3.
I know.
I remember when y'all in Pittsburgh used to play. That was the bunkest
game
ever. Like, no offense.
Terrell Suggs, Ray Lewis,
Ed Reed.
What's it? The Samoan cat.
Nada.
Nada. Wouldn't ride Woodson on the squad.
But you can go back to even more. Y'all had a span of years to where that defense was just
15 years, top 5.
That's crazy to me, bro.
Like, they were top 5 starting, 97, 98? And then what was it, 98 when they picked up Lewis?
Right.
And then they just start.
Man, I hate you came late, man, because you know me and you got to head to Fort Worth for this remote,
I was making sure the kiddos was
You
good.
did what you had to do, man. I just hate you came late because I want to do another little bit of talking, but man, I know we got to hit the highway and whatnot. So Reed, we're looking at 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Bengals fan, by the way.
Oh yeah, and he's a diehard, and he's not a bandwagoner. He has been through the fire with them, so I can sign off on he is the official.
Hey, I'm put it like this. I quarterback ain't shit. Y'all gonna probably take that shit. I'm just.
Can I tell you something? I'll let you down. It ain't no problem, bro.
Spoken from a Ravens fan. You got time for Would You Rather?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
No, I gotta always teach y'all with the would you rather before we get out of here.
Oh yeah, you gonna like this here, man.
For both of y'all, here we go. Would you rather know the uncomfortable truth of the world or believe in a comforting lie?
I'd rather know the uncomforting truth.
Me too. You know why? I'm living it right now.
Right?
I'm living it right. I don't ever want to feel like, I don't ever want to be one that can be deceived. Like someone, oh, here comes dummy. Let me just tell him anything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
The truth is exactly what it is right now.
Yeah, because we're living it right now.
Here go Mr. Gullible.
Yeah.
Let me get him one.
Yeah, right. No doubt.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be at a horrible job, but you can retire comfortably in 10 years, or a dream job, but you have to work until you die?
Ooh, damn, that's.
You know what? I'm gonna take that 10 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Because what if my ass lived till I'm like 96? I'm being that bitch miserable. It's my dream job, but Jesus, I need a day off.
Damn, he got the shakies and still working.
I'll do my 10-year stint.
Yeah, exactly.
I worked at K104 for almost 15, but I love that though. So I've worked 5-6 years at jobs, but damn, lifetime? Nah, bro.
Hell no.
It's like working 10 years at like Whataburger or something.
Yeah, but guess what though? You retire comfortably.
Yeah.
Exactly.
While your man's over there dream job.
Real talk though. Real talk.
I'm not trying to hear all that.
Real talk. No lie. No lie. Last one. Would you rather know all the mysteries of the universe or know the outcome of every choice that you make?
The mysteries of the universe.
Me too. I don't want to know. I'm good on that. I promise you wouldn't hear my answers would still be the same.
Exactly.
I'm good on that. But that nigga, you want to know when you want to die? No, I don't want to know. No.
Exactly.
Man, that was that boy, they're hitting us.
Say, there was some good ones right there.
You got niggas talking about, nigga thinking, bro.
MCXP Radio here on DFWIRadio.com. MCXP Radio in the studio, man, of course. This is me, your boy, man, A. Reed. Of course, to your money.
Yeah.
My man.
Sleepy J,
the Ravens fan. It's all love, though, and respect, man. Let's go, Cincinnati. Because you know what it is, man. Appreciate y'all. We will be back, of course, in 2 weeks. Hopefully, we got a big game. Hopefully, Jill can make it as well, but if they can't, hell, we keep it rolling as we always do. Much love to y'all, man. We will see you guys. Y'all take care. Peace, man.